Hey guys, we're gonna wait for Mia to get on. I'm not sure if she's on yet, but if you guys don't know Mia Williams, she is our AMCA in the brokerage, and she does all the commissions. She does all everything. Once your deal closes, she's the girl to speak to. She will do your CDA. She will give you all the details of what fees are coming out, if you owe anything. But she will dive into an opportunity. An opportunity is essentially how you guys get paid through Command.
It's open. It should be open.
You want to see your screen?
Yeah, let's do that. We're still on right now.
Okay, perfect. All right, so all right, guys, so we have Mia up and running. She's going to get going and show you an opportunity. And then if you have any questions, the opportunities are very simple. It's going to be a very quick class, but Mia's going to dive into what that looks like.
Perfect. Good morning, everyone. Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
So as Alfredo said, we're going to be doing command opportunities. It is very, very, very simple. And there's really three main steps when you're going to be creating your opportunity. And it's going to be your pathway to get paid on your deals. So what you'll first want to do is log into command, of course. I'm already logged in, but let's say if we were going to log out. And if you ever don't know your, I guess, like username, right? You can always email me and I can send that to you. And if you need to reset your password, you just want to go to forget password and it will send you an email link. And that's how you're going to first get started on getting into command. So let's go ahead and sign in. This is going to take us to the homepage for command. And in order to create an opportunity, you first must have a contact in. So that's going to be your client. It will either be a lead, and you can create an opportunity off of that, or you can have your client's full information in here. And that's kind of going to be your sphere of influence where you'll create that command opportunity off of the contact. So in order to create a contact, we have add contact at the very top of this. And you would be able to put in your full name. You would add a relationship. I'm probably going to, as I continue to teach more command classes, I'll probably go into more details of what all you can do with doing your contacts, what all you can do for lead generation, and probably even try to tap into some campaign classes. But just really general, you want to put in as much information as you can in the contact toggle. And then let's see if it lets us create this contact. Oh, I already used this phone number. Let's see if we can use this one. And feel free to stop me because I know sometimes I can speak very fast. I'm trying to slow it down. So here we have Mia Williams as a contact. So let's go ahead and select this contact. We're going to open her up. And as you see, your name would be here. Right now I'm signed into Veronica's login, but as the agent, this will be your account and you would be able to fill in their full information. So why not, let's just add in some more notes here. This pencil, a lot of agents ask me like, how can I edit things? It's just this pencil. So we're gonna click the pencil and we're gonna edit to add more information for email. Let's do amca@KW Beverly Hills. beverlyhills.com. We're going to save that. Let's see if it lets us put an address somewhere. This is really nice because it has different relationships you can add. Let's do coworker. Let us add it without an option. Yeah, look, we can create our own. So we'll save that. Let's exit out of there. And once you have your contact in your database, you'll be able to create opportunities, add neighborhoods, and things like that off of them. So here we are looking at the timeline, and then we're going to go to opportunities, and we're going to create an opportunity. Your market center will say Beverly Hills because you're with our market center, the 453. There are some agents who are a part of other market centers in KW. Say you're in another state and you have your license at like KW Houston or KW Miami. This will allow you to toggle through your different access points. And then here we have the opportunity type. So if you're going to be closing a deal and you need a CDA for your escrow, you would either select listing or buyer. If you're going to be submitting an opportunity for a lease, you want to be sure to select landlord or tenant. And I know this is very self-explanatory. However, sometimes if you accidentally select the wrong one, there's no way to go back and change it. Once the opportunity is created with this certain opportunity type, you now have to either archive the opportunity that was wrong, and then you would have to create a new opportunity with the correct type. So let's go ahead and do a lease for a landlord. So Mia Williams is our client. She's the landlord. So this is really nice. I like to have opportunity names kind of customized to the agent's liking. If you want to put the full property address here, you're more than welcome to do that. But for now, let's go ahead and just leave it with Mia Williams - landlord. The lease price will be $12,000. And the commission off of this, let's go ahead. Just throw out a number. We're going to get 42 as your commission. You basically just have to put in the information. As always, I encourage you to put in as much information as you can. But if it has a red asterisk, that means it's required, and just put what's required in order so you can move on to the next thing. You have your opportunity phases here. We're in cultivate, and then you have appointment and active. Please note that if your opportunity is not in the active stage, there's no way that I can view it on my end as an admin. So if you ever call me and you need assistance, or if you think you submitted something and it's not in the active phase, I can't view it on my end. So we want to make this an active, like an active listing for a lease. We're going to change these. You have the options to customize it if you're in the staging, showing, applications, or legacy phase. We're going to say we're in the legacy stage of this, and we're going to create this opportunity. So here you see on the contact that we created for Mia Williams, you have the opportunity here. And say that this is a long-time client, you may have multiple opportunities listed under this contact. And that's super nice because you can just see how this client has kind of carried with you throughout your timeline. We can select the opportunity here. And how we did that was through the contact. And what's most important for me is you guys all putting in the full property address. Drive. Sometimes it will default and just, fill it out for you. It'll pre-fill it. Okay. So why I say this is important just because on the Market Center side, if we're looking up an address and this isn't filled in, there's no way for for it to populate when I'm searching in the address search. Sometimes I may ask if you guys can provide me with the opportunity ID. This is where it will be. And then here we're going to edit this area as much as we can. So let's put in a time frame. It's going to be a 12-month lease. The estimated close date, where are we? We're on the 26th of May. Let's say that this closed last Friday. Let's say the lease was signed in the 1st of May, and the move-in date is going to be June 1st. Let's see. June 1st. So as you're putting in these dates, all the calendars are given. You can go further back, you can go forward, it's there. Okay. So with the command opportunity, this is your details page. It gives you all the details. You have your general information, you have your property address, you can put a description here. Let's see. You can write a description, lease on Cannon. And then you have your other tabs. So in your documents tab, you are able to select a checklist. So this lease was a residential lease. What's really nice here is it lets you know what's required for you to upload on the listed, the under contract, and the closed folder. And you can always add an additional item. So for your residential leases, you'll need to upload, if you're the listing agent, of course, you'll need to upload the lease agreement. You'll need to upload this card form, and then you have the other ones as well here. So your disclosures, those are important. A lot of times you may have questions on, you have like missing documents, and these documents need to be submitted for compliance for our broker to review them. So if you do need help with getting these, I can always point you in the direction of going into the disclosure folder on KWBH Virtual. So on our website, there should be a tab where you can go into, let's just see if I can pull that up, why not? Okay, trying to get around you. There we go. Helpful links. Boom. So we have our approved logos, our checklists, and disclosures. It's going to take you to a Google Drive folder. And here we have it, disclosures. Boom. So it even gives you the separation of release ones. Super savvy. So you can go ahead and upload your documents one by one here. If they're already split. If not, then we have a cool thing where you can sign into your DocuSign. I don't have the DocuSign set up on this account, but you would go to start transaction. And the way you can check if your DocuSign is set up is by going to settings. Right here, DocuSign, not connected, but you can connect the account right here. Perfect. So now we're back in the documents folder. You'll simply upload these and you can attach multiple files. You can add comments. So if there is anything missing and it's for a good reason, say you're doing a lease for like a property management company and they handle absolutely all the paperwork. You kind of just brought your clients to them and helped them do the walkthrough of filling out the application. But with those property managements, generally the leasing office handles all the documents and they have their own kind of leasing documents that they have the tenant sign. You can go ahead and note that, upload, try to see if you can get any of the documents from either your clients or the property management company, and you can upload as much as you can, but if you cannot, you can always add a comment. And this is a way that Michael or myself can view it. It's like a little chat for us, super nice. We even have an option where you can add custom folders. If you have these, well, actually, I don't know if you have the access to a private folder, but making the folder private, not everyone can see it. It's not visible for all. Now let's go up to the commissions tab. This is super important because you want to get paid on your transaction. So the commissions tab, generally it populates on its own, especially for leases. So it's not so much of managing. You may just have to pre-fill out a lot of information, or not a lot of information. You may just have to pre-fill out a couple other details that may, have not been shown on the details tab. But for the commissions tab, it's usually already pre-filled out. So in this case, right, let's see, it already has our lease price, it has the total commission we're receiving, it has the full unit. If this was I don't know if it has at this point allowed us to do dual agency, it has not. But say that on this lease, you represented both the landlord and the tenant, you would have to create another opportunity. You don't have to upload your documents another time, but you want to create another opportunity and just submit the commission request so you can receive, the other side of this transaction. So in this case, the tenant, you would want to create another opportunity so you can submit the commissions tab for the tenant. If you're going to be doing a referral for this, you can always add another agent. And this could be someone inside. Let's see if Alfredo will pop up. Let's do this, Alfredo. And we would give this person 0.5 of this lease, so they're getting 21. These are KW Cares, KW Kids Can, and Bold Scholarship. So these are all donations. You can add an item, concession, deductions, bonuses, inside referral, outside referral. Inside referral is going to be typically the same thing as how we're adding in another agent. If you're ever on a team and you have a team breakdown, you would want to add your team member as another agent instead of doing like an inside referral. But we're not going to add another item. We're fine. Let's save these changes. Okay, so you see, I wanted to show you guys a couple errors that may pop up. So what did we do? We have Veronica here as receiving her full unit, and then we added Alfredo down here. This is not Alfredo Nava, just so we know. We're adding in Alfredo for receiving half of this. We'll have to change, you can't have over 1 unit, so we'll have to change this to 0.5. So we can just match the 1 unit, and then this should all disappear. Perfect. Now I do want to point out for me, in order to process this, I must have the commission request submitted to me. So we see the submit thing. Sometimes, we're in a hurry and we just want to get it done. So we see it's done and we exit out. If this shows that it's still open, that means it hasn't been submitted to me at all. So let's go ahead and see that it's done. There's no errors. And let's just, so I don't want to mess up his numbers at all. I'd rather do. We're going to submit to the MCA. It's going to ask you if you want to make any donations. Let's skip donations for all. And then it's submitted. It kindly shows you your commission is under review by your MCA. Cool. Now let's see if we can go into creating an opportunity for a sale. So we're going to do buyer's agent. And I don't know if that was too quick, but basically I just went to the opportunities tab. It's 2 hands shaking, click that. You can view all your opportunities right here. but we're going to create a new one. So we're going to go to our account, and right at here, we have create opportunity. Let's do a buyer. Let's do myself as the client. Let's see if she pops up. There we go. And now this will be necessary if you're needing a CDA submitted to escrow. So let's say that this is going to close on the 31st of March or May. It's really important that if you're requesting a CDA, you want to make sure that you submit the request 24 to 48 hours, really 48 hours before the close of escrow. And we'll do commission rate as 2.5. But we do want to put here the sales price, I believe. Again, let's make sure it's active. And we're going to do it in the negotiations stage. Let's create this opportunity. We'll do this again, 42. And then drive. All right, so I just want to really point out how you have different tabs versus a lease and versus a sale. So here's your sales pipeline. You have your buyer's profile. It doesn't really explain much. And then you have your documents tab. Again, you're able to select a checklist. It will even go into more detail of a vacant land purchase, a residential income buyer. Really nice. Let's just do residential. And then we have our checklist here. So yes, it's going to be more documents required to submit, but the checklist is all here and it's super easy to upload. If we're going to under contracts, sometimes you'll see documents that are underlined. That means you can click on them and the form will be there and you can download it so you can use it. Because that many times if it's underlined, that means it's not already in that disclosures folder right here that we viewed in the very beginning. Okay, so we're back up to the top. And now for submitting your commissions tab for a sale is a little bit different than a lease because you have to submit in an offer. This can be an initial offer. I always say create an initial offer. And it's better if you're doing this in the, in the point of you're not rushing for a CDA at this point. It's better to do this a little bit in advance. But if you are rushing, you just want to make sure you put in as much information as required. What did I say? I think I did 432 North Cannon Drive. And we're going to go into the parties. Let's put my name. And then let's do Alfredo. Perfect. So this is just showing the parties of this initial offer. Who's the buyer, who's the seller, and their agents. Now here we have the terms of the offer. So we're gonna make this sales price 1.7. Let's just do 1.7. We'll just say it's 1.7 all cash. Cool. And then we don't have any pros or cons. We're just going to get this deal done. So we're going to save it. And we're going to accept this offer. Now, by accepting this offer, you are now allowed to go ahead and manage your commission. We're going to edit general information. We have our sales price. We have our 2.5% commission rate. And then we have the total commission. And what we need to do is put in that contract date. So this contract was signed, let's see, the 1st of April. Save changes. So what I didn't point out earlier, but I will point out now, is it's super nice because you can see kind of your capping details. So right here we have a $42,000 company dollar cap, and then we have the $3,000 royalty cap. I haven't contributed any of that, so that's why you see the actual as 0 and you see the balance as the full amount. But as you close more transactions and you're contributing to this cap before your reset date, you'll see these adjustments. Cool. Note that royalty is going to be 6% of your gross commission. So that's how we come to this number. And then your company dollar right now is on a 70-30 split. So it's going to be 30% of the gross commission, and we have $12,750. And we will submit this to the MCA, not at this time. And it has been submitted. So we're good. If your deal falls through and you need to terminate this request, you can request termination, and you want to select yes, but we're not going to do that. Cool. So let's see, let's stop sharing. Let's see, does anyone have any questions? Oh, if we had a chat going, sorry. Legacy phase, why is it called that? Also, why do? Perfect, Shani. So basically, the legacy phase is going to be like the end of the transaction. So that's just kind of in the very end. It's no longer in the showings. You're not doing any appointments anymore. It's legacy and you're in escrow. You have to mark it as active just because, honestly, I think that's how it's just always been. Let me see what the other options are. If it's not active, it's in cultivate under or appointment or under contract. So if it's closed, of course, the transaction's done. So I won't be able to see it at all. Under contract, that means you're in the escrow stage. So I can still see it, but if you're in the escrow stage, I shouldn't be just now, creating the CDA. The CDA should have been already created as well. So active is just the best way for me to actively look at your commission request and create that CDA detail for you. Does that kind of answer your question, Shani?
Sorry, I'm muted. Can you hear me?
A bit. Let me turn up this volume. Yeah, I think I can hear you.
Okay, yeah, no, that answers it. I just wanted to get an understanding about that.
Perfect, no problem. Let's see, I kind of lost the Zoom. There we go. Shannon, how do we do the commission if we're sharing half? Ooh, good. Who's Shannon? I love that question. Great question, Shannon. So if you're going to be sharing half with your mentor, you want to let them know that early on in the stage. So it's important to let me know that, just because I don't want to send the CDA without including your mentor. And usually if you're in the mentorship program, you're already aware of what your split will be between yourself, the office, and your mentor, as well as like the director of mentorship. So what you can do for that is send me an email, just because each mentorship, I guess, deal is a little bit different based on who your mentor is. It will never affect your commission split at all, but it will be a little bit different based on if you are using the productivity coach. Those are a little bit case-by-case basis. So it's best that you send me an email, which you can do though on the, let me go ahead and share my screen again. Alfredo, I should go here, right? I think it's here. Let me see.
Yeah, share screen. Yeah, share screen at the bottom. That should be a green. Then
Yeah, I
click
see it. I
select.
just want to make sure I go to the right tab. Thank you.
Okay, cool.
Boom, KW command. Boom. Okay. here we are. So Shannon, if we were going to go ahead and adding in your mentor.
It's not sharing.
I know, not yet.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, thank you. Perfect, now we are, right?
Yeah.
Cool. So if we were going to be adding in your mentor, we would kind of do it how on that lease I added in, let's see if we can go there. Really brief. Let's see. I think I did it for Candy. Just how I did it for this lease one, and I added in an agent named Alfredo. We would add in your mentor, and we would do 50%. But what we can do is, let's return this so I can edit it. Here we are, all opportunities. Are there any returned? I think this is the, oh no, that's the buyer one. June 1st is the landlord one. So as the MCA or as the AMCA and having the MCA access, I returned the commissions tab. And if you ever need to make any changes and it's for a lease and you cannot terminate it, just ask if I can, instead of submitting a whole new opportunity, you can just request that I return it to you and you can make changes. So Shannon, just as I did here in adding Alfredo with the 50%, you would want to do that for your mentor. And your mentor would generally be inside our office. So when you type in their name, it will populate. Like if we were going to do Justin Jacobson or Rhonda DeVictor, she's a mentor. We would just do that. You can even say we want to do this, split it between 4 people. We can do 25. We can do 25 units to each person. So like I said, we want to make sure it equals just 1 full unit. So we're going to add 2 more people. Let's see who else we can add. Save changes. Add another agent. Let's do Justin. Let's just add 3 people actually. And Justin's going to get a larger portion. He's going to get 50, and then Veronica and Rhonda are getting the 0.25. That's how you can add it. And as long as it equals that 1 unit, you should be able to submit. So let's try it out. Let's skip over all the donations. And yeah, we're good. You can submit. Cool. Please put your info in the chat bar. Oh, perfect, John. No problem.
I'm sorry, I missed part of your meeting, please.
No problem. I will go ahead and share that for you.
Thank you.
No problem.
I have another question, please.
Mm-hmm.
When do you have to do this procedure? Is it after we write the offer and offer is accepted, or we have to do as soon as we write the offer before it gets accepted? Can we put it into the command?
Yes, right. So if I'm following your question, you are able to add in your offer before you even accept it, because hopefully you're getting multiple offers. So you can add in as many offers as you would like. Let's say we have 7 different offers in, and then you accept that one offer. On that offer that you decide to accept, you can manage your commission.
I see. Thank you.
You're welcome. Blake, you said why were splits different for the 2 agents getting the 2.25? I just didn't want to waste your guys' time. So if we were going to do it evenly and there was 4 agents and they were all going to split that 1 unit evenly, it would have been each person getting the 0.25, 0.25, 0.25, 0.25. But just to make it equal 1 quickly, I did 0.25 for 2 agents and 0.5 for the other.
I just mean thanks for addressing it, but I just meant the total payout looked different for the 2 that were supposed to be even. So it's just
okay, let me see. Let's look back. Thank you for clarifying.
Yeah.
Share. Okay, great. So the reason why for Veronica and then looking at Rhonda, it's different is because Rhonda has already contributed to her royalty and her company dollar, and her split is a bit different. So it will show, it would just be kind of equivalent to what your cap is already and what you've contributed. So in the very beginning, I kind of pointed out how Veronica hasn't contributed to her royalty cap or her company dollar, so she's going to be contributing to that.
I see. So the gross is the same. It's just based on your personal.
Right. Yeah. The gross is the same as we see here. It's just the net pay came out a little bit different.
Got it. Okay. Cool. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Is it going to be recorded, this one? You can watch it later on?
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Perfect. Do we have any other questions? It was pretty quick, and it is super simple for, you know, getting your command opportunity in. It is very important for you to submit this request so you can get paid on your transactions. If you do ever have any questions or if you're running into issues while you're trying to submit your command opportunity, feel free to shoot me an email or give me a phone call. I usually am really good at helping you walk through the process.
What is your email? I'm sorry, I didn't get it on the chat box.
My email is going to be amca at kwbeverlyhills.com, and I'm typing it in the chat box right now.
Thank you. Thank you.
No problem. I'll also put my, yeah, good. There we go. Perfect. So you guys have a great Wednesday. I think we're gonna wrap it up here.
Typing it in the.
Bye.
Let's see.
Thank you. Bye.
You're welcome.
There's the
Bye.
messages. Chat. AMCA. Okay.
You got it?
Thank you, Mia.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Have a good day.
Appreciate it.
Thanks.